Welcome, language enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating similarities between English and other major world languages. Whether you're a language learner, a linguistics aficionado, or just curious about how languages connect, this video is for you. Let's explore how English shares common ground with languages like Spanish, French, German, Chinese, and Arabic through grammar, vocabulary, and even idiomatic expressions. First, let's start with Spanish. English and Spanish both stem from the Indo-European language family, which means they share many cognates. Cognates are words that have a common etymological origin. For example, the English word animal is animal in Spanish. Both languages use the Latin alphabet, and many words in English come from Latin, the same as in Spanish. Take the word information. In Spanish, it's información. Did you notice the similarity? This makes learning vocabulary easier for speakers of one language learning the other. Next, we have French. English borrows a vast number of words from French, thanks to the Norman Conquest of England in 1066. Legal terms like court, judge, and jury all have French origins. The English phrase, je ne sais quoi, is used to describe something indescribable, and it directly translates from French to, I don't know what. Both languages also use articles before nouns. In English, we say, the book, and in French, it's le livre. These shared elements make the transition between the two languages smoother for learners. Moving on to German, English and German are both Germanic languages, so they share a lot of structural similarities. For instance, both languages use a similar sentence structure, subject-verb-object. An example in English is, the cat eats the mouse, which in German is, die Katze isst die Maus. Furthermore, English and German share many cognates, such as house, house, water, Wasser, and friend, Freund. These commonalities can make learning German a bit easier for English speakers and vice versa. Now, let's talk about Chinese. At first glance, English and Chinese might seem worlds apart, especially given that Chinese uses characters rather than an alphabet. However, there are fascinating similarities. For example, both languages use compound words. In English, we have firefighter, and in Chinese, it's xiao fang juan, xiao fang yuan, which literally translates to fire protection person. Additionally, the concept of subject-verb-object order in sentences is present in both languages, though Chinese is more flexible with word order. The use of tones in Chinese is unique, but English also has intonation patterns that can change the meaning of sentences. Arabic might seem vastly different from English due to its script and phonology, but there are still notable similarities. Both languages have a rich vocabulary for describing the natural world. For instance, the English word sugar comes from the Arabic sukar. Additionally, Arabic and English both use prepositions to indicate relationships between words, though their placements in sentences can differ. English uses the definite article, the, while Arabic uses al, attached to the beginning of a noun. These similarities help bridge the gap between the two languages for learners. Let's not forget about Russian. English and Russian share some vocabulary through borrowings. For example, the word robot comes from the Slavic word robot, meaning forced labor. Both languages also use prefixes and suffixes to modify word meanings. In English, we have unhappy, and in Russian, it's neskatany, neshasany, with ni, ne, serving as the negative prefix. These structural similarities provide a foundation for language learners to build upon. Japanese might appear entirely different from English, but they share some interesting similarities, particularly in modern vocabulary. English loanwords are common in Japanese, especially in technology and culture. For instance, computer, in Japanese is computer, computer. Both languages use subject-verb-object sentence structures, though Japanese often omits the subject when it's understood from context. Understanding these parallels can make learning Japanese a bit more approachable for English speakers. Let's take a look at Hindi. Both English and Hindi use loanwords from various languages due to historical influences. English words like guru and jungle come from Hindi. Additionally, both languages use auxiliary verbs to form tenses. In English, we say, I am going, and in Hindi, it's main ya raha hum, main ya raha hoon. These grammatical similarities can aid language learners in grasping the basics of sentence construction in both languages. Korean is another language with intriguing connections to English, especially in terms of loanwords. Modern Korean has adopted many English terms, particularly in technology and fashion. For instance, internet in Korean is intwons, interwant. Both languages also use particles to indicate relationships between words in sentences, though their applications differ. These commonalities can make Korean more accessible to English speakers. Finally, let's discuss Italian. English and Italian share numerous cognates due to their Latin roots. Words like music, musica, artist, artista, and family, familia, are similar in both languages. Additionally, both English and Italian use articles before nouns. In English, we say, the house, and in Italian, it's la casa. These shared elements facilitate easier vocabulary acquisition for learners of either language. In conclusion, while English is unique in many ways, it shares fascinating similarities with other major world languages. These connections make it easier for language learners to grasp new concepts and expand their linguistic horizons. Whether you're learning Spanish, French, German, Chinese, Arabic, Russian, Japanese, Hindi, Korean, or Italian, you'll find that English has more in common with these languages than you might have thought. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow language enthusiasts.